Croatia is marking today Vukovar Remembrance Day, the 22nd anniversary of the fall of the eastern Croatian town to Yugoslav army and Serb-led paramilitary forces. On November 18, 1991, the advancing forces broke Croatia's resistance after a relentless three-month siege. More than 3,000 people were killed, 8,000 soldiers and civilians were captured, and 22,000 non-Serbs fled Vukovar as refugees. Today's memorial events were marred by a dispute between veterans groups and the country's leadership. The President, Speaker of Parliament and Prime Minister left an official procession that was making its way through the town. Two columns formed this morning, one representing officials, the other veterans groups. Each began their own march, but once the processions met, top officials were blocked by the veterans column. Veterans groups oppose the installation of bilingual signs in Croatian and Serbian on public buildings in Vukovar, while the government argues the measure is required by constitutional minority rights law. The village of Škabrnja near Zadar is also marking the 22nd anniversary of a brutal attack by Serb paramilitary forces who executed 48 locals and 15 soldiers on the morning of November 18, 1991. Striking doctors who were ordered back to work by the government last week have agreed to accept the decision, but said Sunday they would initiate legal action to prove the work order was illegal. The doctors' union, which has been on strike for more than 2 months and unable to come to a compromise with the health ministry, is still refusing to sign a collective agreement offered to them by the government. Health Minister Rajko Ostojić said the doctors' strike had infringed upon the rights of citizens to health care. The head of the doctors' union, Ivica Babić, said that doctors would perform as they were required by the work order, but would continue to strike with regard to any work not covered by the decree. A strong earthquake shook Dalmatia at around 9 this morning. The epicenter of the 4.9 magnitude quake was near the border with Bosnia and Herzegovina. The quake was felt in Sinj, Split, Hvar, and Metković. There were no reports of damage. In sports news, Ivica Kostelić performed well on Sunday in the season opener slalom in Livi, Finland, finishing fourth, 1.22 seconds behind winner Marcel Hirscher of Austria. Austrian Mario Matt finished second, and Norway's Henrik Kristoffersson came in third. Croatia's Dalibor Shamshal did not qualify for the second run. In football, Croatia wrapped up its second-to-last training session on Sunday ahead of Tuesday night's return leg World Cup playoff qualifier against Iceland. The winner of the game in Zagreb will determine which team gets to go to Brazil. Meanwhile, Iceland have arrived in the capital. They will have to do without first-choice striker Kolbeinn Sigurdsson, who is shaking off an ankle injury suffered in the first leg. Despite the setback, Iceland are optimistic.
A draw is very good for us, and if we score and there's a draw, we qualify. But we've got quality in the team, and we can get a result, I think.
Zagreb's Medveščak suffered a 4-0 loss to Metalurg in Magnitogorsk on Sunday. Zagreb has now fallen to 7th place in the Western Conference with 41 points. The Bears play another away game on Tuesday against Traktor from Chelyabinsk. This afternoon's forecast calls for partly cloudy skies in the interior, although there may be some lingering fog and low-lying clouds in places. On the coast, variably cloudy skies with a chance of rain in the north. Winds will be mostly mild. On the coast, a mild southeasterly wind picking up by day's end and reaching moderate to high speeds. Temperature highs will range from 7 to 12 degrees in the interior and from 16 to 20 degrees on the Adriatic.